What's up, barbecue fans? My name is Jake, and today we're talking about a channel update. It's been about a year and a half since I sat in this chair and taught you guys. Last time was New Year's, New Years ago, when I kind of shared some life advice, I guess, exactly what you want from a barbecue guy. But the premise of that was that I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I've learned a lot, and I wanted to share, and I wanted to encourage people. You know, lots of people say that I can't, and there is no such thing as I can't. You just got to put in some hard work and you can do whatever you want, right? But I'm not going to get into all that. That's just a personal passion of mine. But I did want to share a channel update, and there are two major changes, and I want to address one topic, mainly because I'm tired of talking about it in the comments, and I just want to have a video about it, and I'm never going to respond to a comment about it again. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, 2 years ago, for a year, I ran a channel called Offset Rookie. The premise of that channel was I bought myself a Workhorse 1975. I wanted to build a channel around my learning adventure. I'd never, ever played with an offset. I mean, I'm on the East Coast. There's not a lot of offsets around here. I didn't know anyone that had an offset. I just wanted to take you along for the journey. And truth be told, that channel was growing about 3 times quicker than this. There was a lot of passion about offset cooking. Offset backyard cooking is blowing up, right? There's a lot of brands that are jumping in the market. And you know, Workhorse, when I got it, I think I was a 5-month waiting list. By the time of my year of filming, they were at like an 8 or 9-month waiting list, right? They had orders, so many orders, and they produced like 80 pits a month. So, you know, it's a lot of people buying the pits, and it's great for the barbecue industry, right? But for me, I, over the course of a year, did like 54 cooks or something like that. I was cooking every weekend. I was filming a video for that channel and a video for Rum and Cook, and grinding it out. And at that point in time, I didn't even have an editor. So I was editing myself, which meant I was spending Saturday, Sunday filming almost every single weekend, and I would edit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I would get Friday night off, and I'd go back to the grind. This on top of working 40, 50, 60 hours for my day job. I was spending about 70 to 80 hours a month editing because I was all self-taught. I basically watched YouTube videos, taught myself how to edit, and I wasn't quick. And later I learned I wasn't even that good, right? I got somebody that knew what they were doing, and the videos were even better. That's a whole another story. But, right, I'm spending 80 hours a month editing. I spent $1,500 in wood and thousands of dollars on meat. Like, just think about, and this is a lot of, like, people don't think about those who run a YouTube channel and how much money they invest into it. It's an investment, it's a business, right? I do a video with 3 briskets on it. That video cost me $350. I got brisket, I got salt, I got pepper, rubs, whatever, injections, maybe some beef tallow. I've got wood, and that doesn't even cover my editor yet. So it costs a lot. Like right now, luckily I have an editor. It drove my costs up, but I got back 80 hours a month of my life, which is well worth it. But you know, right now it costs me between $125 to $200 to do any video, right? I start doing some high-end ribs or a bunch of briskets, and my costs go up dramatically. But you know, it is what it is. It's part of the hobby. You know, and the reason why I started a whole channel was to help people with backyard barbecue, but also selfishly, it forced me to step up my own game, right? I've been smoking I'll be 50 this summer. So I've been smoking since I was 20. And I was a good cook, but the YouTube channel really helped me step up my game a little bit. And I enjoyed that challenge, but at the same time, I got to make some friends. You know, there's a bunch of people that comment every single video, and trust me, I know who you are and I greatly appreciate it. But it also helped me share some passion and hopefully educate some people and help them step up their games, right? Like if you think about it, in the last 3 years on my Yoder alone, I've done over 300 cooks. I'm cramming in a whole bunch of learning time, and I'm sharing it with you so that you can not spend that amount of time. I mean, most people are fair weather grillers, not grilling all winter or whatever, right? So you've only got like 4 or 5 months to learn, and I'm cramming that in all winter long so that you can step up your game. But on the workhorse front, I had upwards of 1,000 hours invested. Even if my time was only $10 an hour, that's 10 grand. So you got $1,500 in wood, you got $3,000 in meat, you got 10 grand in time, plus I bought a whole bunch of like slide mechanical stuff for my cameras because I'm a geek and I wanted to make some cool edgy videos. So, you know, I spent a ton of money in that year. So as that year came up, I reached out to Workhorse. I knew they were watching my videos in their company meetings, and they knew who I was. I reached out to them about trying to get them to help support the channel. JD was not interested. In fact, he wasn't even willing to start up an affiliate program at all. His choice, no big deal. But once I found that out, it kind of soured me on making offset videos. You know, it cost me a lot of money, and I have a brand that doesn't ever want to help or doesn't even see any value in it, apparently. So with that, I decided to close down the channel. Now, fast forward a few months, JD reached out to me and kind of wanted to reconnect and say, you know, I didn't quite handle that properly. Want to send you something, you know, to say thank you. Really appreciate what you did for us. So he sent me a T-shirt, and one of the things I always complained about was the red wheels. I have 4 black wheels, right? He sent me those, which was nice. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it cost a bunch of money, and if I couldn't make any money, or I couldn't have someone help support me to do it, it didn't really make sense for me. So with YouTube, once you hit a certain criteria, here comes the clouds, your channel becomes demonetized. To get monetized, you have to have 4,000 watched hours and 1,000 subscribers, but if you don't hold up a certain amount, YouTube starts to demonetize. I was letting my channel die, and I wasn't doing anything with it. I announced I was shutting it down, and I told people to come over here and watch me at Rum and Cook. And it got to the point where the channel, I was just shutting it down and deleting everything because I wasn't making any money off of it anyhow, so why leave the videos up? You know, if I can't make any ad revenue at least, then it's pointless to me. So what I did is I reached out again, and I said, hey, you know, I'm considering shutting down the channel. I'm not going to get any ad revenue. Love to open the door to working with each other if that's possible. Not interested. I was told that they were opening up their new campus and they were going to start doing their own videos, and that was their priority. Totally cool. That's on them. All this to tell you that at this point in time, I have zero interest in doing offset content. Not that I don't love my workhorse, and not that I don't love the quality of food that comes off of it. I'm smoking briskets and 2 pork butts for a party tomorrow. I use it. I'm just not out to do content on it, right? The other thing that I didn't tell you is that over that time, Workhorse went from like 5 months when I bought my pit to like an 8 or 9 month delay time. That's how long the waiting list. And they were making 80 pits a month. They were doing extremely well. The offset backyard barbecue world was blowing up. There was all kinds of brands coming in, and it was great for us. You know, us as backyard cooks, great time because everyone said, hey, there is a market here that we haven't been catering to. Let's build some pits that are better than the $1,000 Home Depot thin-walled pieces of junk. So it was very beneficial for everyone. But because of that, I was answering hundreds of comments, DMs, emails. I was doing customer service. So it was a lot of upkeep for me. And to give you an idea, like last year on Rum and Cook in 2023, I answered over 3,700 comments. That's not even counted in the time of filming and all that stuff. That's just throughout the week as people comment, I comment back and answer everyone. I get emails, get DMs, right? It's just part of running a channel, and I do my best to answer every single comment. So anyhow, all that being said, that's my very, very long way of saying that you're not going to be seeing offset content on the channel anytime soon. Will that change in the future? I don't know. But right now it's not. So that's one topic. Number 2, as I just described, for that year, I was doing 4 offset rookie videos and 4 Rum and Cook videos. For the last year, I have done 8 videos a month for Rum and Cook. 2 Yoder videos, 4 Yoder videos and 4 Kamado Joe videos. Videos came out Tuesdays and Thursdays. To keep up with that schedule, and considering where I live, the first quarter of this year and the last part of last year, we've had more rain than ever in history. To keep up with that schedule, every single weekend that it wasn't raining, I was out here grinding my butt off, filming to keep up with that schedule. And within the last month and a half, I kind of decided that I needed some time back. Luckily, my wife is extremely understanding. So, we would go for dinner on Saturday nights or whatever and hang out. But, during the day, I would try and cram in videos. If we were having company or something like that, I'd try and do it around that. And, you guys have seen my dog numerous times. I'm trying to spend some extra time with him, which historically I haven't done, but I'm trying to balance off all the things between my hobby and my personal life. But in the last month and a half, I kind of decided that it wasn't worth that time. I wanted the time back, and the dollars and cents didn't pay me enough to make it 8 videos a month. So, and YouTube has been good to me, don't get me wrong, but at some point in time, you get to the point where you can't trade money for time, you want the time, right? So the big change that's happening starting in June is that I'm going back down to 4 videos a month. I'm going to do 2 Yoder videos, probably throw in the pizza oven as well, and I'm going to do 2 Kamado videos, which leads me to my third thing. So 9 years ago, I bought a Kamado Joe Big Joe Series 2. Loved it, first Kamado, taught myself how to use it, and then I got looking one day and I came across Kamado, and I was like, man, that thing's nice. So I spent some time to learn about it. I did a bunch of research, and I was like, I gotta have one of those. So I sold my friend my Series 2, I bought my 32, and I brought it on my patio. And at that point in time, YouTube wasn't even on my radar whatsoever. And then I decided to get into the YouTube game, and I put out some KJ content. So last year, I had the crazy idea to think, hey, maybe I should switch back to Kamado Joe because it was more mainstream and there was a wider audience, and I thought it would be good for the channel. And it was. I mean, look, I got a lot of new subscribers for KJ content, but now I look at the Kamado Joe atmosphere, I guess. You got Smoking Dad Barbecue. James is killing it, right? I think he's probably the #1 channel on Kamado Joe content. I mean, Kamado Joe's channel's got like 120,000 subscribers, but their videos do nothing compared to James, right? They're more about product announcements. But you got James cranking out content. You got Al at Eat More Vegans, and he's doing content. Chris Bartlow. There's a handful of other people. I mean, there's definitely a bunch of people making KJ content. And then recently, Al decided to add a pellet grill to his lineup. So I'm looking KJ, pizza oven, pellet grill, and I don't know if it's going to stay there. And it doesn't matter. Al and I are friends, so I'm not throwing shade on Al. So please don't take it the wrong way. But it just kind of, for me, I was just like, you know what? I think I need a differentiator again. So I decided to bring back the KK. That'll be the change, the third change, 2 Yoder or pizza oven videos and 2 KK videos. We're bringing that back. KJ's going. Because you guys asked so much, I have one video that's coming out right after this one that talks about the differences between the KJ and the KK. But I'm not going to do some cooking videos because regardless of what I say, you can't taste the food. So it's pointless. Everyone can say that I'm biased or whatever, and I don't even want to deal with that drama. But I did do a video that kind of shows you the difference between the 2 products, and people have asked numerous times, do a comparison, and I've constantly said it's not a fair comparison. One is a consumer grade, mass-produced product, and one is a handmade product that's a luxury product. They're not even in the same class. It's like comparing a Kia to a Porsche. It's not a fair comparison. And that's what I've kind of held my ground in all the comments. But with all that being said, I want to take a moment to thank you guys. We're at 26,000 subscribers. Those of you who comment every week, I know who you are, and I greatly appreciate it. And you know, if you've used the affiliate links, the discount codes, all that stuff helps the channel, helps me do what I love doing and share content with you. I will tell you a little teaser here that I am building a Yoder master course that I'm going to be selling. It's going to be a side project. Obviously, if you want to watch YouTube, you can get all the content for free. But the challenge with YouTube is that if I make my video too long, you guys don't watch it. The stats suck and YouTube doesn't show it. So YouTube is like very targeted snippets of an entire cook, right? My goal with the class is to do a long form, step by step, really let you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing and what we're looking at. And then hopefully I can take my last 300 cooks and thousands of hours and cram it into a 15-hour course, and you can go from zero to hero when it comes to backyard barbecue like that. All right, so stay tuned for that. Anyhow, if you want to see the video that talks about these two, I'll put this right here. Thanks as always for your support, and I'll see you soon.